Well, I think anybody that watched that game saw two highly competitive teams. One team that had won 25 games and won our league, and what you have to understand is we have great respect for our opponent, and they were really locked in. They really understood how we wanted the game to be played, and the players deserve all the credit. Once the ball's tipped up, it goes in their hands. And I thought they were as locked in like they have been for about the last 3 weeks. And they knew what we wanted to do. And again, it was a great team effort, and these two seniors here definitely played a big part in that.
All right, we will open up for questions for the players.
For both of you, it's been 16 years since USC got to a championship game. What's it mean to you to?
Wow. Wow.
What's it mean
Huh.
to you guys to get the program back to that level?
It's an honor, to be a part of the team. When we first got here, me, Juice, Godwin, we all just wanted to put the program back on us. So we wanted to pick it back up. So to go to the tournament, it's gonna be nice to know that we were the ones to get them there.
Yeah, it's just piggyback off what Ferg said. We came in 2016 and we had one goal in mind, and it wasn't to win the Horizon League championship. It was to go to the March Madness tournament. So I'm just hoping we can accomplish that in our senior year. So.
For both you fellas, just, they came in with a real good record and a lot of guys that got honors in the league and stuff like that. And what was the mindset? You just took it to them from the opening tip. So how did you look at all that?
I don't think we was worried about any awards or anything. We knew they were a good team coming in. We beat them one time, they beat us one time. So I think we focus on matching their intensity and playing very hard. I mean, we know what they can do. So our main focus was just really playing hard and focusing on love.
Well, it's kind of like what McLean said. We have a lot of respect for our opponents. So we know that they have all the awards, but we also have a lot of confidence in ourselves. We believe that all those awards should be the players on our team, even though realistically it's not supposed to. But so I think that's what fuels us. We fight with a chip on our shoulder. We don't think anyone believes we should be here. So we just wanted to prove that we should.
What was working early on defensively that really allowed you guys to set the tone and stretch out the lead there in the first half?
Rebounding. I think we were 47 and 33 on the glass, something like that. So I think rebounding got us in transition a lot, and our pace was a lot faster. As long as the guards could get the rebound, our transition game was unstoppable.
Any more questions for the players?
Okay, so this is for both of you. So the seniors, the senior core had 32 of the 41 first half points. How did you guys kind of take the lead and take control of things?
Well, all three of us are veterans, so we know coming up to the game that a lot of us go take control of the game just because we're older. So I think the coaches do a nice job at putting the ball in our hands to kind of control the game and the tempo. So I think that goes to the coaches just for putting the ball in our hands because we're vets.
You said we had 32 of the 41. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I just feel like we just have a lot of good, talented senior guards, and we just find a way to make plays. Because to be honest, I didn't know that we did that. I didn't even feel like I scored, to be honest. I felt like I was playing defense the whole game. So.
Tarkus, did you feel like you wanted to really step to the forefront tonight, or is that just the way the ball was finding you?
No, I was more focused on defense. I knew eventually offense would get going, but as long as we just play defense, offense will take care of itself.
Marcus, you mentioned focusing on Love. What did you guys do? You shut him down pretty well. So
Yes, sir. We wanted to play really physical with him. We wanted to three-quarter him, primarily the whole game. We didn't want to give him easy catches and touches. So we tried to make his looks a lot harder, and that's what we did.
Any other questions for the players? One more.
This is for both of you again. So is there anything you're going to be working on moving forward that you can tell us about?
We don't know who our next opponent is, but like Coach always says, it's never really about our opponent. It's about us. We just got to focus on staying together, realize that other teams are going to go on runs, and when they go on runs, we got to respond with positivity and aggression. We can't get down on each other, and we can never ever have a negative mindset. We always have to feel like we're in this game. So that's what we focus on ourselves.
Like Godwin said, we just got to focus on ourselves. We played both of them, Northern Kentucky and Green Bay. They're both two good programs. As long as we just focus on ourselves for the next game, we'll be good.
Thanks, gentlemen.
No matter how locked in you were, would you imagine that you'd look up the scoreboard and see with the lead what it was for a lot of times in that game?
Would it be easy to say yes? No. Again, and I'm going to say it again, I have such great respect for Coach and their players and how hard they play and the things they do offensively that make them one of the best offensive teams in the country. That to tell you, I thought we'd be up 10, then be up 15, then be up 20. No. Again, it's hard when you play teams the third time, and when you get to tournament play, it's about one bad day. And again, our guys were really locked in, but the pressure was there for them. The pressure for us was come out and prove we belonged down here, and there's no question we did. But I think if you've watched our first couple playoff games, the way we played tonight's the way we've been playing the last three games. There's something in coaching. You either coach a game to hope you win or you coach the game to win. And that may sound, well, everybody coaches. No, you got to be willing to just go, we're going to leave it all out there. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Our thing right now is no regrets. When it's over, you walk in that locker room, no regrets. And I thought that's how we played tonight, and that's how we're going to play tomorrow night. We're going to play UIC basketball.
Did you come up with anything to change up what you were trying on them, or was it a matter of just kind of putting your guys in the best position to play?
You know what? When we went back and watched our game at their place, they really exposed us on some back cuts and got behind us. And because you've got to help on Love and you've got to be off on the weak side. And at their game, at their place, they got behind us a bunch and got some easy baskets on us. And so we were still off in there, but every time somebody would try to cut for an easy basket, we had somebody looking for him. And again, it just was our guys being locked into what our process was.
No one in your locker room would need to be told that if you win tomorrow, you're going to the NCAA tournament. But do you talk, when you get to this point, do you talk about that at all, or do you just talk about the game in hand? Or do you talk about the prize that's waiting out there?
40 minutes. That's all we talk about. 40 minutes. It's all you're promised this time of year, 40 more minutes. The minute you lose, you're done. And so, again, you heard these two. They know what it's about. They know what's at stake. But in tournament play, if you start thinking about what's at the end, you may not get to see the end. And so our whole thing is no regrets. when you walk in that locker room. It's got to be, I did everything I could, and if that's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, it won't be.
Any more questions for Coach?
I know there's no perfect system. Do you feel like the format is a little bit damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess, with the top two getting a bye, but you having a chance to play some games? I'm sure they loved getting there, but there's some pros and cons to it.
You know what? And Coach and me talked in the lobby before the game, and probably unfortunate for them, even the last week of the season, they only had the single game. So they've played one game in 16 days, I think. And that's tough, but it's supposed to be, and we as coaches voted on it, that this would be the format that 1 and 2 would get to come here rested, okay? And so that's always debatable. You see it in every tournament, though. It's not like what happened here tonight doesn't happen all over the country. When you get to this time of year, you're not going to play a bad team. So I don't know. I'm sure it's something we'll talk about again and debate whether it's good or bad. But it's what we all voted that was going to protect the 1 and 2. And I think it's a shame that Wright State doesn't get talked about in the same language as East Tennessee State, people like that. That team plays in the NCAA tournament. They win a game. Because when you get there, not everybody, we know everything about them. When you get there, they don't know about you. And so, again, that'll be debated. It'll be later down the road when we all meet again, hopefully.
Any other questions for Coach?
Thank you.
No. Thanks, Coach.